All right, listen up, bro. Let's get right down to the business. You read the title. To become your true self, you must be willing to burn. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. In order for you to become your true self, you first must be willing to burn. You might be wondering, okay, man, what the fuck does that even mean, bro? What do you need me to burn? Burn a bush, burn some kush. What's going on, man? Well, relax. Relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that your identity, this current identity that you are living with, is merely but an illusion. Yeah, you heard me right. This identity that you are living with right now, who you think you are, what you think you're supposed to do in life, is merely but an illusion. Let that marinate in your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. Because this is the first step into actually becoming your true self. You see, all of us, I don't care where you're from in the world. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care your ethnicity. I don't care your race. I don't care about any of these external definitions of who you are. Each and every single one of us are playing a persona, are playing a character, are playing somebody that we are truly not because we have been programmed into a system that forces that onto ourselves. Your parents, your mom, your dad, your friends, your family, the people around you, society as a whole have all programmed you into a specific persona, into a specific character that you are playing within this game of life. This is not who you truly are. This is not your true self. Did you even choose your fucking name? Absolutely not. Did you choose your height? Absolutely not. Did you choose your ethnicity? Absolutely not. But you have adopted all these different labels to make yourself into something within this world. Because if you didn't have a name, if you didn't have an ethnicity, if you didn't have all that, you would be kind of just meandering through life without a specific ground, without a specific anchor. You see, an anchor is needed within this material world, but the way mankind has made this anchor in today's day and age, in the modern times that we are living in right now, is an absolute facade, is an absolute illusion. All of us have become so identified with the brain and body, with the material world, that we have forgotten about our true essence. You see, this right here, the flesh and bones, is merely just but a vehicle, a vessel for something much deeper. Your true nature, which is the spirit, which is eternal, which lasts forever and has been here and will continue to be here. However, right now, it's within this vessel and is trying to learn how to actually liberate itself from this vessel by using the vessel. You see, the brain and body are not evil, are not bad. A lot of people, when it comes to spirituality, think that they must renounce the body, renounce the brain, kill the ego. No, you have to learn how to tame them. You got to learn how to master them. You got to learn how to unlock the mind, purify the body in order to awaken the soul. You see, that's the Holy Trinity. That's what you're trying to really strive for. Damn, man, there's a lot of bugs out here, but that's what you're trying to aim for within this whole journey of your conscious evolution. And your identity, who you think you are and what you've been programmed with, is one of the main things that are holding you back from actually being able to progress to that point. This idea that you're this thing and you're supposed to do that and your family's from here or whatever it is all acting as blockages from you being able to express and discover who you truly are beneath the surface. Everybody in today's day and age is living on a surface level of consciousness. They think that they're the brain and body, and if you think that all you are is just the brain and body, you're simply going to live a life that satisfies and stimulates the brain and body. What are the three things that the body wants? Survival, sex, and status. If that's all you are trying to live at within this life, If that's the only thing that you're trying to pursue, you are essentially cucking your spiritual potential. You are cucking the life that the divine has designed you to live. You're not going to realize the true power, the true capabilities of your conscious being. You're going to be living a life at the surface level. You're just going to be scratching the surface of your potential. And this is what leads people to these different types of escape mechanisms, coping mechanisms. They know they're not living a life that is aligned to their destiny, or better yet, aligned to their dharma. Dharma means your destiny. It means what your soul was really brought here to do, aside from just satisfying the senses. A lot of people who are not living in alignment to that go search for things to escape from that reality. You see, depression and anxiety, which most people are dealing with in today's day and age, are simply but just signs and signals from your true self telling you, hey man, you ain't on the right fucking track. Switch lanes. Get on over to the next exit. You're going the wrong way. But what do we do in today's day and age? We drown that out. Because we are so what? Identified with the brain and body. I don't want to feel depressed. I don't want to feel anxious. No, man, that's not you feeling anxious. That's not you feeling depressed. Your soul, your spirit, the ever witnessing eternal observer is seeing that the body may be feeling depression. The mind might feel anxious. But you, the eternal spirit, is not anxious and never is depressed. It's telling you, you on this material plane are not in the right position for you to truly live a life that is liberating for your spirit and soul. You see, a lot of people will just drown that out. They'll follow the status quo. They'll follow whatever their family, whatever their friends, whatever society, whatever social media tells them. And this is how the Maya, the Matrix, the illusion, and just the material world as a whole keeps them stuck operating at their lower planes of consciousness. Because if they can make you believe that everybody in the world is merely just here to satisfy their senses, is merely just here to pursue survival, sex, and status, that's what you're gonna do too. Because your identity is connected to that. Your identity is connected to your family. Your identity is connected to all these different labels that you're holding on to as you go throughout life. This is why I'm saying, if you want to become your true self, you must be willing to burn. I'm not talking about burning a bush, and I'm not talking about burning some kush, motherfucker. I'm talking about burn this illusion, this identity, this ego trap that you have created for yourself unconsciously. It's not your fault. All of us have. But you must be willing to break free from it in order to actually become your true self, because that is not going to happen by living within this cycle that you have unconsciously created for yourself. About what life is about what life is all supposed to be for you. Because everybody has told you where you're supposed to be. You have never chosen any of this. Everybody has told you your name. Everybody has told you your ethnicity. Everybody has told you your role in life. Everybody has told you what your purpose is. But you. Let that sink into your psyche. Let that marinate into your mind. If you do not choose your own path in life, somebody else has already chosen it for you. Let me repeat that, because that's a bar. Write it down. If you do not choose your own path in life, you don't actually align to your higher self and follow his guidance, his blueprint, you are simply going to be following somebody else's. You're simply going to be a pawn on the chessboard. You're simply just going to be a mere cog in this machine, in this matrix. The only thing that allows you to truly become a sovereign entity, a sovereign soul, allows you to take autonomy over your own mind, aka take back the reins, take back the steering wheel, is by burning that old self, is by burning who you think you are right now. And it's not an easy thing to do. I got blessed or I got cursed, whatever you want to think it as, a blessing or a curse, that I was forced to have this identity burn. I had a huge ego death experience through psychedelics. I had no choice but to create and choose the new identity that you see right here. The new vessel, the new ego, the new expression of myself. Yes, I still have ties to the past, but once I had that psychedelic experience, that ego death experience, where I was ripped away from realizing that all I am is just this brain and body. Once I got that ripped away, oh man, it was game over. Am I saying that you got to go take psychedelics and do that? Absolutely not. If you do, man, go ahead. I'm not here to tell you to do it or not to do it, but what I'm saying is you don't need that. What I'm saying is you still need to burn off that old self. Because that is an anchor. That is dead weight preventing your soul, preventing your consciousness from ever being able to elevate. Let me say that again. All that karmic dead weight, all these subconscious programmings, all that nonsense are acting as dead weight, preventing you from ever being able to consciously elevate. Because your true self is already within you. You must just awaken to it. That's why they call these things spiritual awakenings. You are living in a state of spiritual amnesia right now. You're living in a state of a spiritual coma right now. You have cooked and cut off your connection to the ultimate consciousness that resides within you and within all beings. And this ultimate state of consciousness has all the tools, has all the understandings, better yet, the understandings of what you're really brought here to do. What is your path? What is your purpose? What is your destiny? And what is your dharma? That's what's within you. That's what's awakening once you actually ascend up the ladder of your consciousness. But that ascension doesn't come without a cost. Doesn't come without a fee. This ain't free, motherfucker. You must be willing to burn your old self in order to climb up this ladder. Because again, you got to cut off that dead weight in order to elevate. And a lot of us are attached to that dead weight. And I don't blame you, because you've been programmed to be attached to it. You've been programmed to attach yourself to this role, to this identity, to where you're at on the social hierarchy of society. You've been programmed to do that. That's why it's so hard to let go. That's why people coming back to psychedelics have such bad experiences with it, because they're ripped away and they have such a strong attachment to it that they're not willing to let go. You have to be willing to let go in order to grow. Because that thing that you're holding on to, that identity, is not even yours. Somebody else gave that to you. Yet you have been cloaked in this veil of illusion, thinking that that is you. That's not you. Whatever you think you are right now, that is not you. You think that you're this role, you're supposed to do this, and you're supposed to go, this is your purpose in life, get this job, go to this college, do this. That's not you. That's fucking society telling you what to do. Yet the voice of the matrix, the Maya, the illusion, is so much more potent within your psyche than your true self. You see, you have two voices within your head. Not the angels on one side, not the demons on the other side. I'm talking about the external voice of society and the internal voice of your spirit. Let me say that again. The external voice of society and the internal voice of the spirit. If you are living a life where you are so encapsulated within the external world, you're just chasing survival, chasing sex, chasing status, because that's what you've been programmed to believe, you're going to listen very closely to the external world. What society is telling you, what social media is telling you, what your friends are telling you, what your family is telling you, because you want external validation. You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? External voice equals external validation. But once you're willing to burn, once you're willing to become your true self, once you're willing to become everything that you think that you are not, you start to retract your attention, retract your energy, retract your focus back internally, because now you start to tap into the inner voice of the spirit. And funny enough, when you follow his words, when you follow his guidance, you get internal validation. See the difference? External validation never stops. Let's say, again, what do you see in today's modern day age about what it means to be a man, alpha man, red pill shit? You need to get this girl, you need to get this car, you need to get this clothes, you need to get these hoes. That's what they're telling you of what it means to be a real purposeful man. That's external shit. And guess what? No amount of cars you get, no amount of clothes you get, no amount of hoes you fuck will be enough. You always need more and more and more and more and more just to be able to uphold this egoic identity with the external world. You need that. But when it comes to the inner validation, you can have nothing and still be satisfied within. This is why you see the saints, the sages, the yogis, the sadhus meditate up in caves naked, butt-ass fucking naked, but more blissful than a fucking billionaire. Think about that. Am I saying that you got to go be naked and meditate up in a cave? No, but that's their version of inner validation because they listen to that inner voice. The inner voice of God told them this is your path to become a great yogin, to become a great sage, to become a great saint, to become a great sadhu. Is that for you? Maybe. I have no idea. I absolutely have no idea. But the whole premise is that they tapped into the inner voice that led them to inner validation, internal validation. There's stories of literal sages who were once business owners, CEOs, high up within the social hierarchy, and they let go of everything because they listened to that internal voice that told them to go find God, to realize the self out in the forest, out in the caves, out in the wilderness. They listened to that and they let go of everything, and they were more blissful being that version of themselves versus what society told them. Hey man, you're a CEO, you got to keep cranking numbers, this and that. And it doesn't mean that you have to become a sadhu or a sage. Your inner validation, your inner voice could tell you to become a musician, to become an artist, to become a content creator, become whatever it is. But guess what you're doing? You're working at a fucking finance clinic because external validation is pushing you towards that ego, that identity, that illusion. That's why I'm saying you must be willing to burn. You must be willing to let go. You must be willing to become a fool in order for you to become your true self. You already know what the true self is. That inner voice is still there, but that volume is so fucking low that you can't hear it. You cannot hear that inner voice that's going to guide you back to the pathway that leads you to Godhood, the gateway to Godhood. This is the road to self-realization that is only uncovered through the path of self-mastery. As you master the self, that inner voice starts to become clear, starts to become louder, starts to become more audible. And funny enough, inversely, the external validation, the need for that starts to lessen. The external voice starts to lessen. And the chokehold society has over your spirit starts to lessen. That is the whole premise of this practice, of this journey, of this overall pursuit of mastering the self. Unlocking your mind, purifying your body in order to awaken your soul. Because once you awaken your soul, it's not a one-time-fits-all solution. It doesn't happen just like that. It's a process. It's a progress. That's why I always call it, you are climbing up the mountain of self-mastery. But as you're doing that, each step you take along the way, you are unlocking your mind, purifying your body. Unlocking your mind, purifying the body. Come on, say it with me. Unlocking the mind, purifying your body. Each step you take along the way, along that road, better yet, along that mountain of self-mastery, as you hike up it, you get closer and closer to awakening to your soul. And funny enough, once you get up to the peak pinnacle point of that mountain, that is the road to self-realization, that last little part, which makes you realize who you are beyond the brain and body and what you are really brought here to do, aside from just satisfying the senses. I don't know what that destiny is. I don't know what that dharma is. Nobody knows it. Not your mom, not your dad, not society, nobody. This is why you cannot leave all expectations, all your decisions up to what the external world is going to tell you to do. Because that's going to lead you to a life that is completely disconnected from that destiny, disconnected from that dharma, and disconnected from your true self. You must burn all that. And it's not easy because you're so attached to it. But if you want to become your true self, this is what it takes. This is why I say on one of the previous videos here on this channel that the path to self-realization requires renunciation. The path of the spiritual aspirant is not all sunshines and rainbows. Oh, I want to become spiritual now, so I'm gonna go do some ayahuasca and have all these rocks and crystals. No, man, this is the path of fire. This is the path of burning your old self, and it ain't easy. That's why only the true great souls will walk this path of self-mastery, who will actually attain the gateways that open up to the road to self-realization, because they're willing to break free from all the bondage, from all the bullshit, from all the programming of the external world, to truly find out who they are and what their role is within this cosmic symphony of life, what note they're meant to play within the cosmic melody of God. That's a bar, write it down. You're all brought here to play specific notes. You're all brought here to play a specific key within this symphony. You see what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? But all of us are playing the same fucking note at the same fucking time, because society has made up its own symphony. And that's the matrix. All these codes, all the programming is like them playing a song. And that song keeps the consciousness of humanity stuck within this hypnotic spell of carnality and consumerism. Carnality and consumerism are the driving forces that keeps this cycle of samsara running, this cycle of reincarnation running, where your soul is never liberated, where you are never living a life that truly fulfills you. So when you're on your deathbed, you ain't thinking about regrets. You ain't thinking about, oh man, I should have done this, I should have done that. I should have actually pursued my purpose. You're not on your deathbed thinking about these things. You see, samsara, this whole cycle of reincarnation, wants to keep souls stuck within this machine, wants to keep them as slaves to the senses, wants to keep them within this repetitive cycle of suffering, of sorrow, of seeking something beyond themselves. But they put these distractions out in front of you, and they make you identified with the brain and body. They make you identified with these roles, so you believe that, oh man, I'm just a brain and body, so all I gotta do is satisfy the senses. Oh, I'm hungry, that means I gotta go eat food. Oh, I'm horny, that means I gotta go jack off. Oh, I'm this. All these things further create that identity and create that karmic tie that disconnects you from that source, because all you're looking at within the world is externally focused. Yet, as we just talked about, no matter how much food, money, car, clothes, or hose you get, you are never going to be satisfied from within, because the soul never is satisfied from these lower level pleasures, from just stimulating the senses. Your soul has a designed pathway that is literally manufactured by the divine to give you so much bliss that you couldn't even imagine. Yet you have completely neglected that, because you're stuck in this state of spiritual amnesia, because you're stuck as a slave to your senses, that you forget about it. And the more that you forget about it, the more that external voice starts to raise, and you completely lose all connection to that cosmic source within you. This path of self-mastery is the only way to cut through it. This is what we talk about here on this channel. This is what we talk about on the main channel. If you don't know about the main channel yet, man, The Philosopher, check out the link posted in the description box down below. That's where we do all of our high quality, high edited content, documentaries, all that good stuff, man. If you don't know about it, well, now you know. Definitely tap in. A lot of game, a lot of sauce that you can further expand upon with this channel's lessons too as well. So definitely tune into that. Description box down below, just click that link. And of course, within the description box down below, under the main channel's link, The Philosopher, you'll find the link to my Instagram. If you ever want to DM me to chop it up about these concepts, about these topics, your boy's right there for you. Just shoot me a DM and we'll talk about it, man. But again, all that good stuff posted in the description box down below. But all the stuff that we're talking about on this channel, the main channel, The Philosopher, on the private Patreon community, man. Matter of fact, let's take a quick pause. Shout out to the fucking private Patreon community. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look, man, if I'm talking to those who are true spiritual aspirants of this path, who have made it this far into the video, which I'm guessing that you are. If you're not, I mean, you just wasted about 25 minutes of your life. I know I'm entertaining, I know I look good, but come on now, man. If you ain't a true spiritual aspirant, if you ain't really about this life of mastering yourself, then you're wasting your time. But I'm guessing that you are, because you made it this far. That's a bar, write it down. That's a bar, write it down. But if I'm talking to you right now, I'm gonna need you, no matter what you're doing, Go find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's a car window. I don't care if it's your bathroom. I don't care if it's a selfie camera in your phone. I want you to take a good, hard look in the mirror. Really get a good mental picture of the motherfucker that's staring right into your eyes, that's staring right into your soul within the mirror. Once you get a nice, good click-clack Kodak moment, I want you to realize that that guy that's staring right into your eyes, that's staring right into your soul, you're doing him, not me, him a huge disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community yet. Because again, if you're someone who is a true spiritual aspirant of this path of self-mastery, who is truly devoted and dedicated to tapping into their divine potential on the mental, physical, and spiritual realms of reality, you are missing out on all the game, all the sauce, and all the wisdom that we are uncovering over there, man, because we are truly going in depth and in detail to this esoteric science of self-mastery. I'm talking about exclusive videos where we're breaking out esoteric texts. I'm talking about breaking down occult doctrines, all these different types of things that will help you elevate on every single plane of existence. This type of knowledge, this type of wisdom, these types of videos, you ain't gonna find on this channel. You ain't gonna find on the main channel even. Matter of fact, anywhere else on the internet, you are not gonna find it, because we go in depth and in detail to all the good stuff when it comes to this journey of self-mastery. And along with all those exclusive videos, not only do you get access to all that good stuff, but also our full guides, our in-depth occult lectures, our digital libraries, and most importantly, if you tap into the Philosopher's Circle, aka the highest membership tier group within the private Patreon community, you get an invitation to our private group chat where we host our bi-weekly mastermind live calls. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Bi-weekly mastermind live calls where you hop on a video call with me, as well as a community of like-minded men who are also on this path of self-mastery. If you want to be surrounded with people who are willing to become their true selves by the ability to burn off all the BS that's holding them back, I'm telling you, man, this is the place for you. The Philosopher's Circle is the place for you. If you want to be surrounded with people on that same path, we're going to hold you accountable, who want to see you elevate and eventually want to see you liberate. This is the community for that. Because everywhere else you look at, people are living in that little box, in that constricted conscious box of what society has told them that they are. If you want to be around people who are willing to break free from the box, who are willing to burn, to become their true selves, then this is the place for you, man. I can assure you that, 100% guarantee you that. But if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video, not the description box. The description box is where you'll find the link to the main channel, the Philosopher, as well as my Instagram. But I'm talking about the pinned comment. Just scroll in the comment section, you'll see it right there, and just click that link. You'll be forwarded to our page where you'll find access to the private Patreon community, as well as links to the other services I provide, such as application forms for my personalized coaching program, which is specifically designed for those of you who are really, really ready to take your life to the next level, where you'll be working with me one-on-one to help you disintegrate, dissolve, and detox from all this karmic bullshit that is holding you back from your divine potential. I don't care if they're mental blocks, physical blocks, spiritual blocks, we break them all down in order for you to dissolve those karmas and discover your dharma, discover your destiny, discover your true identity, who you truly are beyond the brain and body, and what it is you were really brought here to do that will truly satisfy your soul, instead of just chasing this non-stop, endless hamster wheel of desires where you are just simply simulating the senses. If you're about that life, man, you're ready to take that plunge, ready to take that leap of faith, shoot me an application form, click that link, and we'll see if your entry meets the qualifications for this coaching program. Because again, this is all about creating a personalized approach where we systemize out a solution through using this esoteric science of self-mastery that will lead you to realizing your true self. But again, if you just want to book a consultation call with your boy, just chop it up. One-time call. Discuss anything that you're dealing with to help you get back on the right track towards realizing the self and breaking free from this illusion of identity. Or just book a call by clicking that link too as well. All that good stuff. I don't care if it's a private Patreon community, the personalized coaching program, or the consultation calls are all listed within that link within the pinned comment of this video. Just click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, and you can pick and choose which one of these services sing to you. But again, all of this stuff that we talk about on this channel, on the main channel, especially on the private Patreon community, especially within the personalized coaching program, is all about breaking free from this identity. Because that identity is what creates all these attachments, is what creates all these addictions. I don't care if it's a pornography addiction, I don't care if it's a sex addiction, I don't care if it's alcohol, I don't care if it's junk food, whatever it is. This is your escape mechanism, your coping mechanism from living a life that is misaligned from your destiny and your dharma. That's why you feel depression. That's why you feel anxiety. That's why you feel so out of place. You're living a lie. Your life is a fucking lie. Do you see what I'm saying? You picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? You must burn that self. You must burn that identity for you to unravel who you truly are beneath the surface. If you truly want to live a life that satisfies your soul, this is the requirements. This is the price you have to pay. And I'm telling you, even though it's difficult, it is going to be the best decision you ever make in your life. To carve out your own pathway instead of following the same trail that everybody else is fucking on. You are a unique individual that was brought here to play a unique note within this cosmic symphony of the universe. Yet what do? We all play the same note. We all play the same key. That's why this whole fucking cosmic symphony sounds so trash now. If you ever had a friend who's starting to rap and this and that gives you his song to listen to, you're like, God damn, this is ass. That's what this cosmic symphony of life sounds like, especially in today's day and age, called Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is a part of the yogic philosophy within the cycles of life, cycles of time, where we are in right now, which means that carnality is at an all-time high and consciousness is at an all-time low. What does that mean? Carnality means that everybody's focused on survival, sex, and status right now. Everybody's doing the same thing. Everybody's playing the same key. That key is supposed to be played by the fucking animals. Animals, that's their dharma. That's their destiny. If all you were brought here to do was just survive, have sex, and achieve status in life, you would have came here as a dog. You were brought here for something bigger, for something better, for something much deeper. Yet you are cucking yourself from ever finding that dharma because you're identified with this whole persona that you've been programmed with. In order for you to actually ascend up the spine, ascend your consciousness along the chakras, to tap into your higher faculties, where your higher purpose resides, where the internal voice, the inner validation resides, you must be willing to let go of all that dead weight that is preventing you from actually being able to climb that ladder, which is your spine. You see what I'm saying? That's the path of self-mastery. Breaking free from all the bullshit that's holding you back so you can actually become face to face with who you've always meant to be. This is your blueprint that will lead you to living a life of divine bliss. Do you not want that? Well, if you want that, you got to be willing to burn. You got to be willing to burn, motherfucker. And I'm talking about burning your old identity. You must create a new vessel. You must create a new self. You must create a new you. This you that you're living as right now is a lie. It's nonsense. It's an illusion. Even though you might get external validation, you're not truly happy. Let's be honest. But if you want to be ecstatically happy, you want to be living in a state of spiritual ecstasy, that's what this journey of self-mastery requires. That's what the road to self-realization requires. Not a lot of people are about it, but again, if you made it this far into the video, I'm guessing that you are. I'm guessing that you are. I always say the people that are watching this channel in specific, the second channel, the Philosopher Files, we're out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that games. You guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? Where I'm speaking off the dome. No cuts, no edits. You guys are already in the 1 percentile of the population that is not suffering from brain rot. You're able to actually listen to a video for this long without any cuts or edits. But also, you're able to grasp these high-level concepts. That's not by mistake. That's not by no reason. That is directly tied into the fact that you are ready to make that leap by burning off your old self and becoming who you've always meant to be. That is the point that you're at right now. Focus on the message, forget about the messenger. If you're able to grasp this message, that means you're on that path. Forget about the messenger. Again, I'm just here. My dharma, my destiny is to help revive this ancient wisdom and the ancient knowledge of the past. I'm not here recreating the wheel. I'm not making up anything new. This has been said, this has been told, and this has been done for ages. But it's been forgotten in today's day and age within Kali Yuga. My dharma, my destiny for the time being is to reawaken it, to revive it, to make it more applicable, make it more practical for the modern day man to apply it into his life. So if you are one of those men who are grasping this message, who understands it's time to burn off the bullshit in order to become your true self, you have to take this seriously. The awakened sages have already told us. The AC-130 over me has already told us. They've laid out the blueprint on how to actually access this state of spiritual ecstasy. And all of them have talked about the whole premise of breaking free from this identity, from this illusion, from Maya, the matrix, in order to become face to face with your true self, with what you were really brought here to do. It's not easy. But again, this is what's necessary. And for you guys that are listening to this, I made it this far into the video, you're on that path. But it's not enough to just get this knowledge in your brain. You need to turn that knowledge which resides in the heart into gnosis that sticks within your heart. This is up in the brain. Gnosis is in the heart. Brain, heart. Mind, heart. The transmission of knowledge to gnosis is first-hand experience. You must be willing to break free from those attachments. You can't just sit here and listen, oh man, this guy's making a lot of sense, man. I like this. But then you go back to your same attachments, to your same life, to your same suffering and sorrow. You must be willing to burn. You gotta apply this. You can't just be like one of those guys on self-improvement that watch video after video after video, that read book after book after book, have all the knowledge but never act upon it. They call them mental masturbators. Well, I'm calling you. Yes, you, motherfucker. If you're not actually taking the steps for this direction, because you already know what you need to let go of right now. You might not know it clearly, but there's something right up on top of the surface that you know that you must let go of. If you're not willing to do that, you a spiritual masturbator if you made it this far into the video. Yes, you might have the knowledge, but you need the gnosis to make this happen. Don't take it from me. Don't take it from me. Don't believe everything I say. See it for yourself. I did it for myself. I'm doing it for myself. And I'm telling you, do it for yourself, because nobody else can do it for you. Nobody else can discover that dharma for you. I don't know what your dharma is. I'll never know what your dharma is. But what I do know is how to dissolve those karmas that are blocking you from your dharma, from your destiny, from realizing what it is that you were really brought here to do. And I'm telling you, one of the main things that's going to help you get to that point is burning off all the bullshit of this identity that you built right now. You cannot just follow the same shit that your friends are doing. Follow the same shit that your family's telling you. You must be creating and carving out your own pathway within this life, or you're going to remain stuck within this cyclical wheel of living a life of spiritual dissatisfaction. You want to cure your depression, cure your anxiety? Put down a fucking Xanax, bro. Get on the path of self-mastery. Self-improvement won't do this for you. Self-improvement, funny enough, what do they tell you? They give you another identity. I'm Adonis. I'm fucking top G. I'm this. I mean, fuck that. I'm not telling you who to be. I'm telling you, you already know who to be. You just have forgotten it. I always bring up this analogy when it comes to the Dharma. I'm sitting in the shade because it's hot right now because the sun is out. But the sun is always out. Doesn't matter if it's raining, doesn't matter if it's snowing, doesn't matter if it's cloudy. The sun is always out and it's always shining. But it's behind the rain, behind the snow, behind the clouds some days. And it makes you trick yourself into believing that there is no sun. No, the sun is always there, shining the exact same way. And that is your true self. Behind all the karma, behind all the programming, behind this old identity. That's the clouds. The karma is the clouds. The programming is the clouds. It's the rain, it's the snow, it's the thing that's blocking off that sun, blocking off that dharma, blocking off that destiny. The path is self-mastery. Again, all the stuff that we talk about here on the main channel, on the private Patreon community especially, and within my personalized coaching program, are like the tools that wipes away the snow, that wipes away the rain, that wipes away the clouds, because we are dissolving our karmas in order to discover our dharma. By unlocking the mind, purifying the body, and in turn, that helps us awaken the soul. That awakens that inner voice, that awakens that pathway that leads to true internal validation. And once you taste a little bit of internal validation, once you taste a little bit of that divine nectar, once you taste a little smooch of that spiritual ecstasy, I promise you ain't gonna want no more external validation no more. Who gives a fuck about how many cars, clothes, money, or hoes you have? I'm not saying not be rich. I'm not saying not to get jacked. I'm not saying not to go have a hot wife. I'm saying if you make that your identity, if you make that your God, if you pedestalize that as your purpose in life, you're always gonna be dissatisfied. That's why billionaires, guess what? They commit suicide, self-delete themselves. But the sages, the mystics, the monks, they're eternal, they're immortal, because they realize that they're not just a brain and body. They realize that they are the eternal spirit, and they feed that eternal spirit. They are living within it rather than living within the brain and body. The brain and body are simply just tools for them. For you, it's just your identity right now. You see the difference? You picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? That's what it takes, man. You must be willing to burn off your old self to become your true self. Are you about that? If you made it this far into the video, I'm guessing that you are. So enough with the bullshit. Enough with just half-assing yourself. Take that leap of faith. Break free. Listen to that inner voice through all the practice of self-mastery, again, that we talk about here, the main channel, the private Patreon community. I'm talking about things from simmer retention, celibacy, meditation, pranayama, fasting. All these tools, when you put them together, are like the formula that allows that voice, that internal voice, the volume to raise up, and this inversely raise down. Once you find that, you have your guideway, you have your GPS that leads you to your destiny, leads you to your dharma. I'm not here to tell you what your dharma is. I'm here to help hook up the goddamn GPS again. Because once you got that hooked up, man, it's game over. It's game over. You are living a life that will be aligned to your true self. And nobody or no thing can ever break you from that point. This is what it takes, though. If you want to get to that point, you got to burn off your old self. You got to burn off your old self by what? Mastering the true self. It's Benny Boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all day games so you guys can make these gains, and I'm out of here. Peace.